Cranked is back in Black Ops 6 Zombies, except now there is a full pack of gobblegum on the line, and you have to work together with your team to reach round 50. Will this be as stressful as regular Cranked was last time, or will we make it all the way to round 50 in a public match? Let's find out. I can't believe we're here. I can't believe we're back and we're doing this, and I can't believe it's already round 2 because the game just threw me into a random game. Welcome everybody to Team Cranked. This is everybody's favorite LTM. We've already got somebody hitting the box. Oh man. If you are unfamiliar with my Cranked history, allow me to spark your memory. This is really bad, Donuts. This is really bad. Can you please open the door a little bit faster? My life is on the line, kind of. Can you please open the door? This is stressed out. I hate life, Donuts. I can't feel my hands. Like, my hands are numb. This is not healthy. Yeah, I gotta say, Cranked is not my favorite game mode, but I definitely understand why a lot of people love it. Oh man, I forgot we have like a ton of points now. In Cranked, you have an increased point gain. I think you get double points with critical shots, which is awesome. I am going to hopefully get myself some jug, and we are waiting for, it looks like all of the special enemies are backed by our teammates. That's quite all right. Do I dare hit the mystery box? I mean, we've got points now. I'm not gonna shame that guy of spinning. Okay, no, he's spinning the mystery box again. Oh man. I guess I should throw up the class that I'm currently using. I'm using the compact SMG. There's no big rhyme or reason behind it. It's just one of the SMGs that I don't have Nebula yet, and it's a good fast firing rate weapon, and especially if we're playing Shattered Veil here, we're gonna get double tap pretty soon. So I think it'll be a fun game to use it with, especially when we have to kill zombies really quickly. In fact, I'm just gonna straight up get it right now. I know I already have jug and I don't really need this, but oh man, it sounds so good. I'm trying to get Pack-a-Punched open. It seems as though my teammates are falling a little bit behind, and of course I always love looking for the bell too. Now I'm not sure if they ever fixed the glitch, but when this game mode first came out, I think the rewards were a little bit glitched. You're supposed to get a gobblegum pack at round 50 if you survive till round 50, but I gotta say, I'm not very hopeful that we're gonna make it very long. I'm not sure if we're gonna complete the Easter egg or not. My main goal here is to survive as long as possible. I think that's the most reasonable thing to do in this lobby. Oh, and I do want to see if the Wonder Fizz machine is here. It is. That is so good. Oh, we already have our first down. This is something that I'm interested in. Does somebody have him? This map is really big, and I think this is my second public.
Hey, Dad. I don't need you to be perfect. I don't need you to be a superhero. I know you don't have it all figured out. Y eso está bien. Porque
Match ever? Oh, we got him. Okay. I would love to play these maps in a public match for a future video if you guys are interested. I don't know if we should do the Easter eggs on them, but it's always a very interesting gameplay experience playing in public matches. Seeing what everybody prioritizes, what everybody's goals and play styles are, what their strengths and weaknesses are. It's pretty fun. I should definitely go upgrade this weapon too, this weapon rarity. And it is worth mentioning with Team Cranked, it is no longer just about you and your points and your kills. Your team is on the same shared timer. So you can see when we turn blue there a little bit, that's because somebody has used the pause feature of the timer. And so I think eventually what the strategy is going to have to be is we're going to need to be near each other. Camping in the same spot or going to the same area, I think that's going to be the strat here. Also, I think it might be beneficial for me to get a second weapon, so I might spin the mystery box here. But first, I want to Pack-a-Punch, double Pack-a-Punch this weapon. Double Pack-a-Punch on round 13. I will gladly take it. Now for our perks, I think I want to get myself, ooh, we'll do that, maybe that. Okay, I definitely want PhD relatively soon so I can slide into zombies and save that timer. I got Speed Cola, so that way if I see a zombie and I need to kill it, I can kill it as quick as possible. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Deadshot, and then I will do PhD when I get the points, which should be relatively soon. I am gonna go get that mystery box spun though, just in case we get lucky with a wonder weapon or something. You never know. I do have the streamer luck sometimes. Let's see, what do we get? We get the C9. All right, not the best. It does seem as though all the box locations are active, which is pretty good. And we've got the GS45s. That's honestly not bad. I think I'm going to keep those. Gotta remember, once we get towards these higher rounds, we have to take our time with these zombie kills. I will get PhD though, and I think we'll be all right. Ooh, nope, never mind. I want Quirk Revive. We're playing co-op. I always forget because now I've got to start thinking about armor. All right, round 16. We should have a disciple coming in. Doesn't seem to be near me, which I'm not complaining about. In fact, it seems like not a whole lot of zombies are coming near me. But now I have enough for full tier 3, which is great. And now I should probably, with this time extended, go pack a punch these GS45s. That was a really fast time extended. Do these still kill decently well? I guess they kind of do. Oh, 15 seconds already at round 15. Come on, somebody find a zombie. Where's the last zombie at? Okay, somebody got him. I am going to go ahead and upgrade this. We've got a special round. That's not good. I don't think the timer stops once we're in here. And I think it would be wise, now that we have the salvage, to put on some dead wire. So that way when we're around other zombies, we can weaken them and potentially kill them. And now I just really want to be with my friends here. Let's go see if we can find them. Oh boy, it looks like we're doing some Ray Gun Mark II upgrades. Oh boy. Remember, beautiful people, you only need to kill the vermin in this step. You don't need to kill the zombies. Doing this mid-round really makes it a lot more chaotic than it needs to be. But you know what? I will for sure take all of these points. This is a great little point farm. Also, a little known fact that if you're playing co-op, if you shoot a zombie and then a teammate kills it, you will get points for that zombie kill. I don't think it's full points, but it's definitely not nothing. And this lockdown is definitely a lot longer than it is in solo. And a huge update that not a lot of people talk about is that all the salvage you see on the ground is yours. You can pick up the salvage and not have to worry about anybody else picking it up. Now you might wonder why it feels like you don't get as much salvage in co-op, and that's because, well, you probably don't get as many zombies as you do in solo. And I gotta ask, since I'm like a public match noob, what is a good round for public matches? I imagine round 30 is pretty decent, and I guess it depends on how short this timer is gonna get. We're on round 19 and it looks like we've got 18 seconds to kill zombies. I think if we have, I don't know, 5 or so seconds at the very end of the timer to kill zombies, I feel like this might not be a bad run. It seems like everyone more or less kind of knows what they're doing, except for Sergeant Lincoln here. He seems to only have 1 armor slot and no armor. I don't know if that's just a style choice or he's secretly really fun, doesn't want any armor. It's the magic of public matches, you know? Oh my goodness, I have a ton of points after those couple rounds. I need to go pack a punch and upgrade some stuff. I'll be right back, Sergeant Lincoln. Don't have too much fun without me, but all the salvage is here. I want it. Oh, I'm just like Pac-Man, nom it all up. I haven't used my time stop ability yet, so I'm going to try to be a little bit more diligent at looking at the timer. If it ever gets below like 5 seconds or so, I will definitely use it. But I think we can triple pack a punch, we'll double pack a punch, and then we could probably go get some perks now, or the rest of the perks with 30,000 points. Let's at least get stamina up, elemental pop in that. That should be okay. Don't need no melee macchiato here. Should have another elder disciple soon too. But between you and me, I really liked how fast the spawns were back in the spawn room. And while we're just progressing through the rounds here, I just gotta ask you beautiful people, how often do you play public matches? Is it a common occurrence? Is it normal for you? Is that like your main way of experiencing zombies? I see some discourse in my Discord, by the way, link in the description to the Discord. I see a lot of people saying that, oh my goodness, I can't do the Easter egg because, you know, public matches, because these guys don't know what they're doing or whatever. And my question is, if you really want to get the Easter egg done, are you going in a public match or are you trying to do it solo? When I first started to play zombies, I played a lot of public matches, and I felt the frustrations that other people did with people leaving and needing to pick people up, even though I really wasn't a good zombies player when I first started. And so that's when I started to run a lot more solo games, because solo, I just have so much more control over the game, what I'm doing, and really the pace of the game. I can hold a zombie if I wanted to, and especially if I was doing any sort of side quest or Easter egg, it was much better to do on my own rather than play in a public match. And I don't know what HVT has been pinged this whole time? Oh, it's an Elder Disciple. Really? We're gonna have trouble taking out an Elder Disciple? There we go. That's like the easiest one to take out. That was pinged for such a long amount of time. I wonder if they've upgraded their rarity. That happens a lot, I've noticed in public matches. People know how to pack a punch, they don't know how to upgrade their rarity. Ooh, look at kill streak. But you'd think, I mean, they're buying armor. I mean, this is probably the best public match I've had in quite some time. If they know how to get armor, they know how to triple pack a punch, you'd think they know how to get upgrade their weapons rarity, right? You would like to believe so. But then again, maybe not. I don't know. End of the round, we've got, oh, there's another zombie. Perfect. Timer's down to 14 seconds on round 24. That's not too bad. And I'm, between you and me, I'm starting to feel like Sir Lincoln here, or Sergeant Lincoln, doesn't like my company. He's always kind of running away from me. I don't know if he thinks I'm stealing his kills, or he just doesn't like surviving.
guys, Mr. Rothwaffles here. This is your no-nonsense guide to the Liberty Falls main quest Easter egg. At the start of your match, open up the doors from spawn all the way through to the hill and enter the church. Then once you go inside, walk to the right side and interact with this machine on the little side panel, and you'll hear some audio. And the next thing you need is the jet gun. And you can get this several ways, like using gobblegums or spinning the mystery box, but to save any confusion, I'm going to explain a way to get it for free now. Make your way into Washington Avenue and look for this. It's a little water valve that you can find outside the front of the flower store. Should be pretty easy for you to grab. Next, head to Liberty Lanes. That is the bowling alley. And in there, you're looking for this breaker. And with the breaker, you basically need to destroy it. So I think you can shoot it, you can melee it, you can do anything just to break it open, and then you can place the water valve inside. Then I'd recommend you get to the end of a round if you're playing solo, because this next step is going to take a little while to do. Kind of reminds me of that one step on Blood of the Dead solo. But basically get to the end of a round, so you've just got 1 or 2 zombies left, and you can have a teammate hold them if you're in co-op, and that's going to make things super easy. And then hold square to increase the water pressure. And you need to keep on holding it down, and then once completed, a water pressure gauge will pop out. Pick that up. Next, we're going to need a Mangler arm cannon or a mutant injection. So if you've already got a mutant injection via one of the quests on the map, there's a variety of them, or you've got it from a special enemy, that's fine. You can use that here, but you can alternatively just go over to a crafting bench and spend salvage to craft yourself an arm cannon. Crafting benches can be found here and here, and once you've got yourself a Mangler arm or a mutant injection, you need to shoot at this door to destroy the radio store on Riverside near the comic store. Inside there are piles of trash that you can hold square on to uncover salvage or even vermin. Able to find a handle break inside. Then head over to the second floor of the motel, and you can follow where I'm going in the gameplay here in order to get there. And once you arrive, a bunch of zombies will come crashing out of this motel room, and you just need to take them out and then walk into that room. Inside, you'll find a jet gun on a crafting table that's sort of mid-assembly, and this is your jet gun crafting bench. Now, before you build the jet gun, I want to give you a word of warning.
Birthday party. Birthday princess party. Birthday Princessosaurus party. Get everything for every party on Amazon.
Did you know you don't need a computer science degree to work for companies like Tesla, IBM, Apple, and other tech companies? I know, because we've helped thousands of students without degrees land high-paying.
This room is basically one way in, one way out. It's very narrow in there, and it's a bit of a death trap. So while you're doing this next bit, just be mindful that you're going to have your back to the zombies, and it's going to get sketchy if you've got a big horde following you. So it's a good idea to have a teammate hold a zombie for you if you can. You're going to run into the little room and hold square on the bench to craft the jet gun, and boom, you've got it crafted. And now you're ready to do the Liberty Falls Easter egg. Okay, now that you have the jet gun, head back into the church and hold square on the machine. Then look for this floating hat up on the left side of the balcony. Use the jet gun to suck the floating item towards you. Once that's done, you've got 2 more objects that you also need to suck. Run out of the church and look down the hill, but make a right here to this roof. These stairs into the comic store and look above them. Now that you've got all of those sucked, you have everything you need for the LTG. So we're going to run back up towards the church and then hang a left here and mantle onto the roof. Take the zip line across and head over to the left side of the roof where you'll be able to find the bench to build the LTG, and then pick it up and get ready to fight some zombies. Once that's done and you're safe and sound, head back into the church and pick up one of these ether canisters. Watch out if there's zombies, because if you're carrying the canister, you can only walk, so you need to walk the canister down towards the spawn area and drop it on the ground near this trap. It's important to have this set up before you move on. Now, turn around and head towards this mini ether storm. Place the LTG down and defend it for 60 seconds, and if zombies get close, they get sucked in, and the LTG will take damage. After 60 seconds, an abomination will spawn, and you have to capture it in the ether container. In order to do this, run it back towards your ether canister that you placed down, and make sure the abomination is nearby. Then, activate the trap, and have the abomination step into the trap where your canister is. Then, kill the abomination before the trap stops stunning it, and its purple essence will be captured in the canister. Also, while you're doing this, this, note that you can damage the abomination beforehand to make it easier to kill while it's trapped. So that's a little pro tip. Once that's done, pick up the canister and haul it back to the church and place it back in the machine you took it from, and you'll get a new item, the Strauss Canto. While you're doing this, back towards your ether G down and defend it for 6 and pick up one of these ether canisters. Watch out if there's zombies, because if you're carrying the canister, you can only walk, so you need to walk the canister down towards the spawn area and drop it on the ground near this trap. It's important to have this set up before you move on. Now, turn around and head towards this mini ether storm. Place the LTG down and defend it for 60 seconds, and if zombies get close, they get sucked in, and the LTG will take damage. After 60 seconds, an abomination will spawn, and you have to capture it in the ether container. In order to do this, run it back towards your ether canister that you placed down, and make sure the abomination is nearby. Then, activate the trap and have the abomination step into the trap where your canister is. Then, kill the abomination before the trap stops stunning it, and its purple essence will be captured in the canister. Also, while you're doing this, note that you can damage the abomination beforehand to make it easier to kill while it's trapped, so that's a little pro tip. Once that's done, pick up the canister and haul it back to the church and place it back in the machine you took it from, and you'll get a new item, the Strauss Counter, which replaces your special grenade. This step is also on a timer, so make sure you're focused on getting back to the church quickly. Now that we've got the Strauss Counter, run out of the church and follow my path down these stairs and into the grass. Use the Strauss Counter by holding your special grenade button, and it'll read one of 3 colors, green, yellow, or red. Press square and activate this machine. If the Strauss color is green, press it until the light is red on the machine. If your Strauss shows yellow, simply change the color to yellow. If the Strauss shows red, simply change the color to green. There's 2 more machine locations, so run back up towards the church and head into the backyard of the White House. Hook a right and you'll find the second machine here. After you match the color on the machine, turn around and go to the right side of the street and climb onto this roof. Zipline over to the bank rooftop and hop down this ledge, which is where you'll find the final machine. Once you do this correctly, purple beams of light will appear that connect to another ether canister in the spawn area, and it'll charge up, and you can then pick it up. And you should then be able to start walking towards the church again. But before you go all the way there, pick your LTG back up where you spawned the abomination. Now, head towards the church and place the canister down just here on the street where the trap will activate. There's another mini ether storm next to the church, so go there and place the LTG down underneath it, and you'll then have to defend it for 60 seconds, and at the end, a mangler spawns, and you must bring it down towards the canister you placed on the street. Activate the trap and kill the mangler while it's stunned. You can damage the mangler beforehand to make it easier to kill, just like with the abomination, and then it will get sucked up if successful, and you can bring the canister back inside the church and into the machine before you run out of time. Now, all that's left to do is gear up for the final fight, so I recommend buying mutant injectors if you can. Any score streaks really will help you, and at least 2 levels of Pack-a-Punch. Upgrade your weapon rarity also at the arsenal machine, get at least level 2 armor ideally, and once you're all set up, head back into the church and activate the machine on the side. You're going to need to collect souls to charge the device, and there's going to be 3 waves of enemies, so it's really important to decide when you're going to use any score streaks. Survive through the first wave by using skills you've learned watching guides from Mr. Rufflewaffles, although I guess you wouldn't have learned all those skills if you hadn't subscribed, so that might be unfortunate if you haven't subbed. And while you're surviving, it's going to get pretty hectic, and there's even going to be super sprinters, so be very careful, and then at some point, you're going to have an elite mangler spawn in that you need to take out. If you're in solo, I'd say don't use your mutant injector, but if you're in co-op, have one of your players just jump into it and whack and punch the mangler and turn it into a little mangler fight. But if you're solo, you might want to save it for this next bit. So towards the end, an abomination will spawn, and this is where if you've got any remaining mutant injectors, etc., you're going to want to use those. It's max firepower time. You need to damage the abomination as much as possible, and once you take all the zombies down and the abomination, the game will kill you, while in a weird twist, and the Easter egg is over. If this no-nonsense guide has been useful, drop me a like, and click on screen right now to some more zombies guides. Turn around and go to the right side of the street and LTG, and then pick it up and get ready to fight some zombies. Once that's done and you're safe and sound, head back in.
zombie snacks. You keep your energy up by chowing down on tasty treats.
Welcome to Liberty Falls. Population? Well, less than yesterday. Never been so glad to see backup arrive. Hell, lucky I'm still in one piece. I need you to look for survivors. Subdue any threats. Help me save this town. Copy.
Kills!
Be advised, we lost contact with 3 of our scientists in town trying to stop the outbreak. Find them, bring them home. We need brain power as much as firepower. Some sort of half-assed blueprint. Might be worth a closer look.
Down for the count. What? That's awesome!
Trusted us. We failed them. And I can't even explain how.
I had diesel when I was a kid. I remember tasting a diesel though. Bonus points! Double points. Somebody open the fridge!
Handy. That should fit any standard pressure control valve. Church groundskeeper, good guy. Seems his luck didn't stick around in the end, though. Wonder what the key's for.
Insta-kill! Dead or alive, headshots work. Tear them to pieces.
Good find. That's gotta be the handbrake for the thrustodine weapon. All right, Riffle. Let's see what you can keep locked up in here. One of the bug KIA.
Max ammo! Certified Mass Undead Murderer coming through.
See that one say, Pop-Off? Don't let it escape.
Somebody open the fridge! kill your mate. There's a good chap.
Double points.
And that one is on out.
Didn't you find a great wheel by the flower shop? That's gonna attract some attention. Keep the hostiles clear. We need to build pressure behind that valve.
Something people. Hold us up, go down. Get one here, out here. Oh, it's down. Pressure, inbound. Using thermo. Fucking roast.
One more item crossed off the shopping list. This better be worth it. Yes, a so-called rapid response team. Not nearly rapid enough, but I knew you would come.
And Dr. Pericles Carlos. It is to oversee.
Done, mate. Done. Much of the goods.
My colleagues and I had 3 devices. Limited trans-dimensional gateways. Salvage what is left of them. That component, for instance, in the gravity field. With a little ingenuity, I'm sure you can retrieve it. Once we have enough parts to build a working MTG, then the shoe will be on the other foot.
Right in a cranium.
I patched into your signal now. I can assist you, but all of this you'll have to figure out yourself. I have an acquaintance in town who can help you gather the LTG components. A local machinist named Tommy Joe. Veteran, moonshiner, tough as nails. Find him.
Repeat, Alpha. Do you read me? Did you find Dr. Panos?
Yes, Blanchard, they found me. Now, we need to focus on ending this outbreak. Try to distract them.
You alright? Looking a little spun out. Armor. Yeah, I'm still kicking. Stay the bloody art. You ate that whole thing? Using hand cannon. Chateau set. Shoes on the other foot now, eh?
It's down. Nice work. Let's have a look inside.
Someone help put things back together. I ain't dying in a shell like this.
Jack, that's the wiring for the jet gun. I think that's everything we need for the jet gun. Let's head back to the motel and slap this thing together.
One of those fuckers got me. Why is everything moving like that? If that ever gets old, somebody open the fridge! Sorry about the soulmate. Sure goods. Throw a grenade out.
Time model 23, huh? Definitely not a Janus. That doesn't matter now, does it? Let's see what this thing can do. We're working on it, Panos. That's Dr. Moline. Joined the physics team last year. Nice enough guy, but weird.
Max ammo. You ate that whole thing? Gonna leave these fuckers in my dust. Max armor. So that one got out.
That's our part for the LPG. No, we just need a proper workbench.
Caution, Alpha. worry about the director. I saw him when they started, and his comms went dark.
Well, if I'm learning anything, it's that just because you're missing doesn't mean you're dead. Is that so?
Who are you talking to?
It's really just a rhetorical question, that's it.
So, what exactly does that thing do?
LTG, Limited Transdimensional Gateway. I think it's kind of self-explanatory, don't you? But simply, the LTG summons high-value particles so we can steal their life energy. My colleagues managed to fill one ether canister before they, ran out of luck. You'll need to fill 2 more. There's one in the simultaneous dimensional gateway machine. Come, pick it up.
Mind your stairs. Oh man, I bet that hit the spot. Tastes like that shit you used to play double points. Bonus points! Please, take you right. Get out of the bastard way! This must be how the other office. device.
Formidable, but sometimes survival is about the friends you make. Hey, what was it? Oh, okay, fine, I'll serve. Now, you have your canister. Go over that nice, juicy monster. Can't go anywhere still when I tried it. Solid placement. And bring more Hey, keep them off the device. The gateway's delicate while it's forming.
Throwing shock charges.